Right, no idea if that's in the right place. Can't see diddly here. Okay, this is just a quick dash here. I'll try and do this. This is a song. This is the dashed at the shower version. It's called a bait now. There's a thunderstorm right overhead. Yeah, it's got to stop that. And I thought, well, I'll make some atmospherics for the background. But by the time I got set up here, the storm looks like it's passed overhead. Because I had this song called Some Great Reward from last night's setup. And I thought I could do that one. I've just been recording Emma's song, so the strings are action. Okay, well, I'll do it in any case, having put my lunch down and broken my neck coming downstairs and trying to. 1 hour ago, I was writing a song here, and as we bake and couldn't breathe from the sunlight, our poor children, what have we done to this world? I don't know, it's good. Put some camouflage on. I'll sing it in any case. I think it was A minor, wasn't it? This is called Some Great Reward, and I wrote this 1,000,000 years ago. But it's kind of a new song because I only put the music to it last night. That disc is almost full, so no more prevarication. I can't see my children's photographs. Dylan, new slothy. Daddy will send it on to you in a couple of days' time. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're afraid to look into the mirror. Don't you want to wonder why? You're afraid to look into the mirror. Don't you want to wonder why? You believe it when it says I love you, but still something in you wants to die. You don't want to ask for nothing. You're afraid of what you'll get. You don't want to ask for nothing. You're afraid of what you'll get. You say you need some great reward, but your papa says you ain't earned it yet. You're uncertain about who to talk to, so you don't say anything. You're uncertain who to talk to, so you don't say anything. You got 1,000 names in your telephone, but nobody ever rings. You don't want to touch the water. Oh, you know its touch will make you cry. You don't want to touch the water. You know its touch will make you cry. Don't ask it with reflection. You know the preacher won't reply. You got a lot of hidden secrets. Oh, you stole them off your mother. You got a lot of hidden secrets. You stole them off your mother. When you asked her if she really loved you, she said, I can't speak for any others. You don't like to walk in daylight. You don't like it when you're seen. You don't like to walk in daylight. You don't like it when you're seen. conditions, not one time do you say what you mean. You can't remember freedom. If you do, you're trying to forget. You can't remember freedom. When you do, you try to forget. The only thing you got at the altar was 100 years of regret. You're frightened of recognition. You worship anonymity. You're frightened of recognition. You worship anonymity. When anyone says, I know you, you pull your collar up and say, that's not me. You mourn for your children, but you can't recall their names. You mourn for your children, but you can't recall their names. They're looking down on you from a sea of untamed flames. You've never known a day of justice, and you never will. You've never known a day of justice, and no, you never will. Pull down your blinds now, they're closing in for the kill. The storm is raging, but it won't wash your sins away. The storm, it is raging, it'll never wash your sins away. The temple went up in flames the last time you knelt down in there to pray. You got to run for cover, but you've forgotten your disguise. You got to run for cover, but you've forgotten your disguise. They'll always recognize you. No one else has got so much sin in their eyes. The angry heavens do sing. Okay, I couldn't read some of the lyrics, they're on page 2, so normally with my songs, once I've got a rough idea of what the song is about, even though I haven't seen this for like decades, you know the tune there, you can just, the pain never goes away inside, whenever it's created there, so, because the songs, well, I'll just talk a little bit about the songs. I know it annoys some people, but it's a strange old thing how the on stage, you know, one would never dream of doing talkie. I remember getting the Bruce Springsteen live, 75 to 85. And you know that bit where he goes into this long, rambling story at the beginning of the river, you know, how he failed the draft and his papa said, "I'm glad," and that was the only words he ever said to me, you know, and then he goes into the river. I haven't sung a cover version of that for a while. Let's see if I want to go back. No, I haven't. You know, and I remember getting that, you know, in the days of CDs. And fast forward it, blah, 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 you know, so you'd see the 2 minute and 8 second mark, so you knew that that's where the song was going to begin. You fast forward it, and all you'd hear was Springsteen like a chipmunk going, and he said, "I'm glad." Wah, 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 wah. And so live, I mean, well, I never said hello or thank you to the audience or anything. You know. I mean, sometimes when I was a bit mellower in later years, I'd say, you know, generally, I would, at that point, I got to telling them when the last song was or whatever, you know. And you might introduce a few songs, like when I did "Call Me If You Lost," I'd always say this is a song about friendship, but never would you dream of doing all this chatty stuff here. But the internet has changed all that. So when I started out doing stuff on the internet, there's my cue card there for the beautiful JRD, and I started putting the outtakes up where because I started off putting all my studio recordings on. And then I would do a few recordings for my children so they could get messages from their daddy, you know. And then it occurred to me I'd leave some stuff behind, and I would start putting the outtakes up at that point, you know. So I wrote a song this morning called "You Inspire Me," for a wonderful young lady that helped me with her amazing dress sets, pick out a wonderful wardrobe for my daughter and to a lesser extent my son, mainly because the store didn't have anything, you know, so you would want your son to be dressing like what, you know, it's just just, you know, sweatpants and stuff, you know, nothing classy for him to go out on a date in, you know, and stuff, you know. Anyway, what the market dictates. So long story short, so so I would be, I need to condense this down. I was kind of hoping the thunder would come back along. The birds are out eating their food now, so I guess the storm has passed. They know better than we do, don't they? And so I put some of the outtakes up where I'm cursing myself or whatever, or going off and the comic spiels in the middle of that went wrong, oh no, he's going to flip you by the swanagles. Oh, and whatever. And then people say, well, can you do more, you know, more between song chatting and stuff, you know? Can you do one with, oh, well, no, not really, you know. But then it occurred to me, or rather it didn't occur to me, I'm being disingenuous, so when someone pointed out to me when I made this point, and they said, yeah, but you're now talking to the, what do they call it, podcasts. And Charlotte said to me, you're now performing for the podcast generation. So this is what they do, and they have it on in the background, and they're like people talking, and they're used to this. No one watches television anymore. I guess they do, I don't know. But, you know, they watch podcasts and just listen to people they like talking and stuff, and if those people go off and do other stuff. So, so that's the kind of thing that I was trying to accentuate there, but I never did. But it still feels strange sometimes. But it's not the worst thing in the world, because it means I can leave some talky stuff behind for my children. Guys, I'm afraid the storm isn't going to come out. I want to play "Call Me If You're Lost" now. How about if I do an instrumental version and you sing it? Was it Melanie I saw that? How did that song, was it A? Melanie, you mean the world to me. When Oh, back again? Dreams and charades. That's a terrible... I have to tell that story. That lady, the most wonderful lady in the world, but I can word this diplomatically. My daughter Emily is actually named after someone's sister. Oh man, where am I going to burn? I really do want to play Call Me If You Lost. It's not too late to travel, but there's nowhere left to go. We fought a losing battle, but the victors needn't know. Let me hold you tenderly and ease away your fears. You know you've got a friend in me if the longing reappears. I saw you walk the minefield. You had stardust in your eyes, and in your footsteps when I kneeled you didn't seem surprised. It's not too late to change things. The picture still looks good. You know that when my phone rings I'd answer if I could. Let's get off this rodeo and put both feet on the ground. It don't matter where we go, I'll make sure love's in town. I didn't make the river freeze, but I'll help you get across. And if that doesn't put your mind at ease, you could call me if you're lost. Spontaneous version of Call Me If You Lost that. It seems strange to play that without the three harmonica solos really, because I have a harmonica intro, a long harmonica solo after verse 2, and then a very long harmonica outro. In fact, if you listen to the studio recording of that, which I think is on the Crystal Heart album, it's basically a harmonica solo with 3 verses of words put in there. But I always like that song. Song about friendship, as I said earlier. Okay, I've been Paul Murphy, and I can't think of 2 better songs to have sung in the middle of a written thunderstorm. Peace, love, light, happiness, whoever you are, whatever you are to.